back to episode 3 of the podcast. I'm joined back with Louis again.
Hello.
And we're here with a special guest, Mark Allison.
Hi, you right?
What is up? So we're going to do the same as last time. 5 reactions and 5 predictions. And so let's get straight into it. So the first game we're going to talk about is Saints versus Aston Villa. There was a 4-3 Saints win. So it started off with Saints scoring an offside goal, and then that one was disallowed. Which it was offside, but it was one of those where
it was a close one.
It was very close, wasn't it? Like, it could have gone either way, probably. But
I think it was his shoulder, I think. No,
it
was his...
just off the edge of the shoulder, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So that one was a bit frustrating to see, but it's fair enough.
Yeah, but you went on to play incredibly, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Ward-Prowse smashed it.
Yeah, he's got 2 good free kicks.
Oh yeah, honestly, the thing is, he replicates the exact same thing on everyone. And some
he has such good technique as well. Like, he is definitely like the best free kick taker in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Just like the dead ball situations, he just seems to be so dangerous.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it was his birthday, wasn't it, yesterday?
Yeah.
I swear he always scores on his birthday. Like, I remember watching games at St Mary's, and he was like scoring on his birthday as well.
Yeah, especially the fact that the ball was literally went in the same place for both the free kicks.
Yeah.
And Vestergaard scored a good header as well from a world-class cross.
Yeah, such a bullet. Like, it just went straight onto his
that was very good.
Top corner.
Thing is, you expect that from looking at Vestergaard as a player. Like, surely he should be getting his head on.
Yeah.
More.
Absolute unit. Like, how tall is he? Like
6'7" or so.
6'7".
Something like that. I'll just search up now.
But there's obviously downsides to being 6'7" as a centre back. But you got to make the most of what you got, really.
When you can score goals like that, I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
Yeah.
In terms of what do you think about the slight I mean, I guess it's a slight downsided look on the game. The fact that you were were you 3-0 up, or?
Ings scored to make it 4-0, and then
so it's 4-0 up, and then you almost let them come back into the game essentially.
Yeah.
Do you think that's?
Yeah.
Didn't Bertrand? He came off injured, so that.
Yeah. So
that must have hurt your defence a little bit.
Yeah, and then Ings picked up a knee injury, I think.
Yeah.
But Adam Blackmore, who's one of the closest people in the media for Saints, said that he had a scan last night, and there's positive news, but it doesn't look bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard on Twitter this morning that it's meant to be okay. They're going to monitor it this week.
I hadn't actually heard about that, so that would have been a massive.
Yeah.
That would have been difficult for you to keep going without that main striker.
Yeah, because he definitely is your best player. Like, I think it would hurt your chances going forward. Without him, I don't think Che Adams is really. I mean, he's a decent striker, but I don't think he can really do it on his own.
I think he definitely is helped by having that person next to him.
Yeah. I mean, who else? You'd have maybe Shane Long, who's getting on a bit now. Maybe Obafemi,
Yeah. You got options.
Yeah. And Bertrand and Bednarek should be okay for Friday.
Okay.
I don't think Ings will miss out on the game, but he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, looking at a Villa perspective on it, I think obviously they. Then again, looking at the goals, I don't think there was that much they could have. I mean, obviously giving away the free kicks, maybe you could argue, but I don't think there was
just
too much.
Need to work on defending from set pieces.
Yeah, I guess. But those free kicks, I don't think that they are unstoppable if he gets them right. And then in terms of once they sort of got into the game a little bit, they scored 3 goals in quite quick succession. They are dangerous going forward. Grealish is always dangerous.
Yeah, Ollie Watkins, promising.
Good.
Grealish scored a good 3rd goal as well.
Yeah, that was very good. It just sort of picked. It was almost just out of nowhere that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diallo fell to Grealish to get the pen as well.
Yeah.
Has he played often, Diallo? He was a
I think that's his
signing,
second game. I think it's his second game.
Oh.
But he's only played
been,
as a
do
sub.
you know if he's been doing well? I haven't really seen much of him, but
He's played alright, but it's kind of hard to see because he's only really come on for short periods of time.
Who was that other guy? Salisu. Has he been playing much?
No, he hasn't played yet.
He was injured. He was injured at the start, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got injured at the start.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, the defense is he's come back from injury at the wrong time, I guess, because the defense is playing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see when he does get into the team how well he plays.
Yeah,
He's still quite young though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 22 or something. He's quite young.
Yeah, it's good to have.
He's meant to be quite a promising young defender as well. Like I remember seeing he had quite a good season last year at was it Real Valladolid? Or?
Yeah, he's 21. Yeah, the team that Ronaldo is the president of.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So he's meant to be quite decent, but he's still young. Like give him time to break into the team, and our centre back's playing well at the moment anyway, so it's not like a necessity.
All right. In terms of the second game, then, Chelsea-Burnley. Obviously, a 3-0 win for Chelsea. That was actually my prediction from last week, from the podcast last week. I did predict 3-0, so I was quite happy with that one. But yeah, I mean, obviously, me and Mark are both Chelsea fans, so going off that, like, it was a good performance, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, they played really well, really solid.
It's probably the best so far, even though it was against Burnley aren't the strongest side in the league, but I think it was probably the best performance so far this season.
They're usually quite a solid like mid-table team, but we were able to dissect them really well. I thought Ziyech played well.
Yeah, he was class.
Bruce played quite well as well.
Yeah,
James is
really solid this season. Like I watched him play against Man United, and even though it wasn't the best performance, like he just seemed to get really involved, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him go forward.
Yeah,
and it should be good for the team.
Honestly, I love watching James. He's just like, even when he makes a mistake, he always wins it back.
Yeah, he's so solid,
and he doesn't usually give the ball away at all. Like even he makes some interesting decisions. He starts running across the defence a couple of times, and it does scare me a little bit. But he always makes his way out of it, and that's fine if that comes.
And obviously Mendy played well.
I mean, how many in a row now? Like 5 clean sheets?
I think 4 clean sheets in 5 games or something.
Because
conceded 1 goal so far.
Yeah, the one against Tottenham in the cup, and then apart from that,
it's really reassuring going from like Kepa, who was like just kept making mistakes, to having a goalkeeper who's so composed and just able to give the defence a bit of confidence, like going forwards. Yeah,
I mean, I think before we had Mendy, like it wasn't a great situation. We were looking at. Kepa was getting replaced by like a 39-year-old Caballero half the time, and that's not a good place to be.
Yeah,
that's not good.
It
was Zuma also scored a solid header as well.
Yeah.
Zuma's been playing really well. He's got a few now, isn't he? I think he's on 3 goals.
3 goals, yeah. It's his highest scoring season, I think, already.
Isn't it?
So yeah.
Yeah, and a good clean sheet as well.
But to be fair, like he hasn't had that many chances in the team up until now, so.
No.
You can kind of expect that maybe, but...
Yeah.
Also, it's good to see like Werner's starting to...
Yeah, I think all it is really like all those attacking players, like they're all new to the club. None of them have played... I mean, okay, Havertz and Werner played together for Germany, but none of them have really played together that much before.
Yeah,
so
as a club,
you need to get like used to playing together, and I think last game it looked like they were a bit more used to it. Like Ziyech was working well with everyone. Like he was class.
Yeah, it was a good performance, like totally as a whole for Chelsea. It'd be interesting to see with Burnley though how they react to this.
Yeah,
because
I think Burnley are going to struggle this season.
I just can't see Sean Dyche going down. That's the only.
Yeah, he usually does sort of. He somehow gets out of it. But like you look at their squad, they don't look dangerous, really, do they? Like I know
they've not really Premier League level, is it?
They're missing a lot of players. Like they're playing. I don't even know who some of their players they started on. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday.
There was some guy called
Brownhill. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I saw him and I was like, I know he's a young player and everyone has these young players coming through, but you don't really hear that much of some of these, and then they come in.
Yeah.
I mean, you really got to rely for them on McNeil, I guess. He's probably there.
Yeah.
And even he's like a bit average. Like he's not really outstanding. Like when you put that much pressure on a young player to perform and like carry you through, it's not going to be good for their season going forwards.
No, yeah. Pope doesn't seem to be playing as well as he was about a year or two ago whenever he had that insane season.
Yeah, I think I think they've got an average squad, but I somehow think he'll manage to keep them up as well.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes for them.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the third game, to talk about. And that's Arsenal versus United. That was 1-0 to Arsenal with a penalty which Aubameyang scored.
Yeah.
Which I was not happy with because I had a bet on United to win.
I think, like, realistically, United have, whenever they seem to be playing any, like, sort of, higher level teams at the moment, like, they're just not, they're not performing, like, they're
doing really well in the Champions League, like, they're beating teams like PSG and Leipzig, and they're just not able to do anything against teams like in this league, like.
I don't really get it, to be honest. Like, the defence has been in the Premier League actually, they're saying that they haven't conceded many goals, like, but I don't know what it is with them. It's a confusing thing to look at. I think that, like, I was speaking to a Man United fan earlier, and he was saying, that that team has so much potential to do well.
Yeah.
Like, it's got Rashford, Martial, Greenwood on his day, Fernandes. Like, they've got a really, really good squad. But
Fernandes only really does stuff from penalties, though. Like, I haven't really seen him too much.
He is quite a good creator.
Is he?
He can be. Like, I mean, this season he hasn't shown it as much, but I mean,
they're playing players like Fred and McTominay against Arsenal. Like.
That's the thing. Like, you got Pogba on the bench.
Is hardly playing.
Pogba, Van de Beek on the bench. Like, what?
Yeah.
It just seems like not just a waste of time. It's how much money they're wasting by not playing these players.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair to Aubameyang, he had quite a few chances to score as well.
Yeah.
So they probably should have been more than 1-0 up.
Aubameyang hasn't scored many goals this season so far, has he?
No.
Has he been maybe 1 or 2? I'm not sure.
No, I think they should be playing him up front still. Like, I know.
Yeah, they're playing him
on the left, and I think although obviously he's really good there, I just think they benefit much more from having him up front. And I mean, I can't.
They could play William in behind both of them, both him and Lacazette.
Yeah, I mean,
and then play like a 3-4-1-2 maybe.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, because then you could have the wing backs, I suppose.
His Lacazette hasn't really been too impressive in recent times either.
Yeah, I'm hearing El Nenny's playing quite well in partnership with Partey. Apparently, he had a good game.
Yeah, I heard Partey was good as well. Yeah.
Thomas Partey is a class player, to be fair.
Yeah.
Did you see it a bit at the end when they took the shot and then it hit Leno in the face and then hit the bar?
No, it didn't.
No.
It was very unlucky right at the end.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever gets you a result. Take one in the face for the team.
To be fair, the result was really fair as well if you look at the game.
Yeah, it sounded like it. Alright, I guess on to the fourth game, which is Everton-Newcastle. And, Everton failed to recover from their Southampton loss. And
they've been struggling a bit recently.
Yeah, I think the injuries, the suspensions, I'm a little bit worried for them carrying on sort of where they were at. I don't think they'll be able to do that at the second.
Because Richarlison's out. Coleman didn't play the last game.
Coleman's injured, I believe.
Yeah, apparently Coleman was doing really well as part of the team, like kept pushing the ball forwards.
Yeah, I think it's just like the way they had it, like Coleman would whip in crosses all the time. Digne would do the same. Digne's a big player for them anyway. Him being
and he's
suspended.
out as well, isn't he?
It has been reduced though to one game. So that might save them a little bit.
Had a good performance then as well.
Yeah, Wilson was very good.
He scored a penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, and he scored the
yeah.
tap where he ran
Yeah, he's scored 3 penalties already this season.
Is he?
Yeah, so...
Newcastle look quite an exciting team. Like, I don't think they'll be pushing for Europe, but I think they'll be higher mid-table.
I think
they'll stay up.
A lot of the time, I think Newcastle lack end product. Like, I know obviously they've got the 2 goals they needed here, but I think St Maximin he's really, really skillful player. I really like watching him, but he definitely lacks the end product on it.
Yeah. Well, they brought in players like Callum Wilson and Fraser from Bournemouth who were scoring their goals, and so it's given them that extra bit to like push forwards.
Yeah, I think Wilson will definitely help sort of with that issue.
Because he was always like quite a good, solid 10 goal a season goal scorer. He won that. So
better than
Fraser
Joe Linton.
Well from the bench as well.
Yeah,
it's a step up from Joe Linton as well.
Yeah, definitely. Still got Andy Carroll on the bench though.
Yeah, true. I think he's not bad to have on a bench. Like
definitely.
It's a different sort of option.
80th minute, just put balls in the box and hopefully he can head one in.
100%, yeah.
He just seems to be one of those players that is good to have just as another option.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay. So on to the 5th game. That is Man City versus Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Obviously, we included this one because of the fact that we were talking about Man City quite a lot last week. So, I mean, we were saying about how, Man City have gone through a few... No, I wouldn't say it's too bad, but... What would you say about Man City recently, Mark?
They haven't really been at the level you'd expect them to be. Like, they've been alright, they've been getting results, but they've been struggling as well to, take apart teams that in the way they were last season. Like, they only beat Sheffield United 1-0. You'd probably expect them to get 3 or 4 against a team like this.
Especially when they're down in 18th. They've lost six games.
Yeah, Man City didn't play the game with a proper striker. They didn't have one on their bench either, so they were playing, I'm guessing, Sterling.
I think they played Ferran Torres up front.
Did they?
I think that's what they've started doing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not really... I don't know. I feel like...
I don't feel as scared to play against them without Aguero or Jesus.
Yeah.
Obviously De Bruyne coming back was a big plus, and he actually assisted the goal that they got.
Goal from
Cole Walker. Yeah, that was a really good strike, to be fair. I mean,
It's also with their defence as well. Ruben Dias and Laporte look alright, but they're not always playing. So sometimes they can leak through a few goals. They always have left back problems, but I think Cancelo's doing all right there at the moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird season because teams aren't doing as well as you'd expect. So it's all quite close up at the top. So I think they could maybe win the league and push up, but I think it'll be a lot closer than previous seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, I'm just looking at the league now that Man City have a game in hand on the majority of teams above them, apart from Leicester, Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But if they win that game, they go up to second, or no, actually third on goal difference.
Yeah.
But
so they'd still be behind Liverpool, potentially Everton.
No, they'd be above Everton.
Van Dijk,
they'd be above Everton and below Tottenham.
Yeah.
So
also, they did just dominate in that game. Here's a couple of stats. City had 16 shots. Sheffield United only had 3. City had 8 on target. Sheffield United had 1 on target.
That means nothing though. If you don't finish your goals 16 shots.
Yeah.
But it just kind of shows how good they were defensively to stop them from having shots.
And that's the thing.
They need to be doing better than they should have. Probably won more than 1-0.
If you're actually
have a striker in there, he's probably more likely to finish a lot more. So
that's the problem they're having.
Yeah, still 3 points though. It'll be a positive, but they would have expected more. But yeah,
I mean, looking at Sheffield as well, they've only drawn 1 game so far this season. They're on 1 point. Yet goals conceded wise, they're on 10, which is less than Liverpool, Tottenham. No, not Tottenham. Sorry, Liverpool, Everton, Saints.
Yeah.
Newcastle. A lot of teams that are quite far above them. They're not conceding that many. It's just they can't score. Yeah.
help them through.
I'm going to be honest, like looking at their attacking force, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Ryan Brewster was a positive player to bring in.
He's
he's
still
really
inexperienced.
In the second half of the season for Swansea last year, he
Yeah.
scored quite a few goals, but he's not really at that age where he's gonna. If he's like your main striker in the Premier League, I don't think he's good enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's coming in alongside, whoever plays out of Billy Sharp, McBurney, McGoldrick. It's not good enough,
Oliver
really.
Burke played a few games as well.
Yeah, I don't think that strike force is good enough, to be honest.
No, it's just Championship level.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Sharp is a bit of a legend, to be fair. Can't say it's in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll move on to the predictions now.
Yep.
So the first one we're going to do is Southampton versus Newcastle. Now I've put this one down as a 2-2 draw, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just because I feel like, because of Newcastle playing quite well at the moment, and I just feel like the defence isn't doing badly, but when we're conceding 3 goals when you're 4-0 up, that does worry me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll lose, but I just think we'll get a draw with a couple of goals.
Okay, yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
I put Southampton as 2-1 winners, but I'm thinking if Danny Ings doesn't play, I don't really see them getting more than 1 goal. I don't think Newcastle will concede a lot of goals because they play back 5 and they have decent players back there, so maybe I might say 1-0. I might change it. Yeah.
I've actually gone for 1-1 as well, for similar reasons. Before you said about the Danny Ings injury earlier, I did have it as 2-2, but because he's not there, I just think it'll put down the goals in the whole game, to be honest, even though it doesn't necessarily affect anything on the Newcastle side. I just think overall it'll be a lower scoring game because he's not there. He sort of changes the impact that everything has on the game as well.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll move on to Chelsea versus Sheffield United. I've actually gone for a 4-0 win to to Chelsea.
I would have ended it right here.
I just don't think Sheffield United are really strong enough at the moment. And I think Chelsea offer a lot more than City at the moment. So I can see quite a few goals going in.
Yeah.
I've gone with 3-0, so similar reasons really. I mean, I've stuck with the 3-0 from last week. I think we do at some point, we start, when we get to 3-0, we usually end up subbing off one of our more attacking midfielders for Jorginho. Which is fine, but it does mean we're going to be playing more possession football and we don't get quite as much attack going, which means we don't usually get that high score lines.
Yeah.
What was your prediction, Mark?
I went for 3-0 Chelsea. I think our attack is so good at the moment that I think we'll get a few goals easily. Sheffield United are quite a weak defence, so I think they'll concede a few. Also, I thought about Ethan Ampadu is on loan at Sheffield United and he's been playing in midfield a few games in a row now. He won't be able to play against Chelsea, so looking at the bench against Man City, they don't really have many good midfield options, so it will weaken them as well a little bit maybe. So I'm going to go for that, I think.
Okay, so we're going to move on to City versus Liverpool. I've gone with a 3-2 win to Liverpool, actually.
I've gone the other way. I've gone 3-2 City.
I went 2-1 City.
Okay.
I think, for me, I'm looking at it. As much as I'm worried about Man City's attack, I'm also worried about Liverpool's defence. Because without Van Dijk, they're on the ropes a little bit. Although, for that Phillips that came in, played there, he got man of the match, I think, in the last game.
Yeah, he played really well, apparently. But the thing is, Van Dijk he's just brings a level of leadership that
he's different class.
Neither Phillips or Gomez really brings. So Van Dijk just helps keep the defence together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I saw that Gabriel Jesus is back in training, so it will give Man City a striker option.
Yeah.
So I think 2-1 Liverpool, 2-1 City. Sorry. I think that's what I'm going to go for.
I think.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you go.
I think Thiago Yotta's playing quite well at the moment as well.
Yeah. Seems to come off the bench quite a bit though. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised they haven't started him yet.
Yeah.
Thing is,
You're
like,
really
who?
going to drop Mane or Salah for
Yeah,
it.
that's the issue. Like,
And I think Klopp quite likes the 4-3-3 with like 3 more defensive holding midfielders. There's not really like an attacking option.
yeah, I mean, they'd probably.
He did score against West Ham in the 85th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd just be interesting to see if they just want him as a sub or they want him as someone who actually does start.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Well, they spent like 40 or so million on him,
Yeah,
so surely they've got like a big plan for him.
Yeah.
The thing is, with Liverpool, like, if they're buying, like, he's predominantly a left winger.
Yeah.
And you look at, like, they can't have bought him to be anything other than either change his position or a backup. Realistically,
Yeah.
he's not going to play instead of Mane, is he?
I know there was a few rumours about Mane leaving, so that's originally up for, does that mean
Always.
Mane's going?
Yeah, true.
So,
Yeah.
don't know.
Alright, let's move on to Arsenal versus Villa. I've put 1-0 Arsenal. Actually, I'm going to change that to a 2-1 Arsenal, because I do think they'll win, but I don't think Aston Villa won't score.
I've gone with a 2-2, actually. I think Villa will get a point out of this one. I think you know, Grealish plays well every game. Like, he doesn't necessarily have the end product every game, but he does play well. And what have you put, Mark?
I put 1-0. I think Arsenal are probably going to get a goal. Villa will probably get one as well. I don't really see it being that exciting a game, to be honest. I think it will be quite simple, quite quiet. I don't know.
Yeah,
Aubameyang off the left doesn't give me much hope.
He
could probably get an assist, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe another penalty.
Yeah,
Villa's
maybe.
defence is sometimes a little bit shaky. Could argue so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think this is an unknown one. Like, you really need either the managers, if they throw everything out the window tactics wise and they just all go at it, then it could be a high scoring one. But I can't really see it, to be honest.
Villa are the players to score the goals, but Arsenal have quite solid defenders. So
they're set up well because Arteta's learnt from Guardiola. Like, that's
he's
always
looking
been
like a
the
really
thing.
good manager. He knows how to set up a team. I don't
does.
think he has the players to get the level that he wants yet, but I think he's on the way out. Partey looks really good.
I guess if you work with someone like Pep Guardiola, you do just learn that.
Yeah, definitely. You'll get those techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to move on to the last prediction we're going to do, and that's Leicester versus Wolves. I've actually gone for a 1-0 Wolves.
Same.
What have you gone for, Mark?
I went 2-1 Wolves. I don't really know, but I think it'll be quite a tight game.
Yeah. I mean, both of them are, like, they've got really good attacking talent. They've got solid defences. They're very similar in the way that they end up, like, they end up in a similar position, similar point tally. And I think these sort of games could easily go either way. All you need is Vardy to have a good day and Leicester will win. If he doesn't, like, I'm backing Wolves. If he's not on his top form, then I think Wolves will take it easily.
Adama Traore hasn't been playing that much though recently, so
no, he's just
playing more Podence and Neto.
Yeah.
So
I think I do quite like them. I'm not sure about them 100%, but
they're doing the right. Podence has got a few goals already, assists. So I don't know. I think I might just slightly go more towards Wolves. But,
fair enough.
Yeah, could go either way. I think.
Yeah, it's one of those games.
Yeah.
It's just like, because I think similar to the City Liverpool one. I think even though I've gone for Liverpool to win, I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was episode 3 of the podcast. Thanks, Louis and Mark.
Sorry.
Cheers.
And we'll see you next time.